Hello people, this is Ryder here to review the Ultraman Arc Shogun Arc Cube 01. Here we are yet again with a new set of candy toy. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyways, obviously this is the candy toy lineup of the Arc cubes and such, to which I really do like the boxes. The Arc boxes are really neat and such, but again, to make up for what we did with Blazar, again, here we have the boxes unsealed and such, and hopefully, again, I pre-ordered both this and the second set at the same time, so there should be that consistency. Anyways, here we have the lineup like so. So we have the Arc Cube, the Shokugan version. We have the King Cube. This is kind of weird just to say it like that. We have Leo's Cube, we have Astra's Cube, and then we have Mebu's Phoenix Brave, not Burning Brave. We have Jeet Galaxy Rising, Zet Delta Rise Claw, and Glitter Trigger Eternity. So again, taking a look at these one by one. Again, besides this, basically the only differentiations between them is obviously the Ultra and the color and such. So obviously Arc being the main one, he's primarily blue and such. Again, they advise this one is actually different as opposed to the one from the DX one. And obviously there are differences, but again, this one will actually make a unique sound. King's picture, I think, is weird because it's clearly an in-show picture. Like, I'm not saying that like it's like just a screenshot for the show, but it's like, it's not like the rest of them where there's like a cleanliness. Like, this is clearly like a studio picture. This is, I mean, not saying this is not a studio picture, but you can tell like the lighting is a lot more different. Leo and Astra, we will take a look together because they're both they're both red, but I at least appreciate Astra's at least lighter. And obviously they're brothers, so I appreciate that the sides are at least different. We'll take a look at these two together because they're also both gold. So oh, at least this one's actually more gold. Maybe he's burning, or Phoenix Brave is just yellow. And then these two are just stuck together. Again, G's more of a just standard blue as opposed to Arc's light blue, and obviously Delta Rise Claw is purple. So let's take them out and take a look at them one by one. Alright, so here we have the 8 Arc Cubes assembled. If you want to see the process of them being assembled, then watch the next review. I know these are being released weirdly, but I'm just going by release order. So, anyways, here's our first one in the lineup. The Shokugan version of the Arc Cube, to which, unlike the Televimaga version of the Arc Cube, this one is one-to-one with the one that came with the Arc Riser. It's just that obviously you have to place stickers on these two panels, and the back here is actually different because it says it's now read as C065 as opposed to B063. And the biggest thing, besides the bottom actually being completely close to, or the bottom actually being like pretty clean, is the fact that when you press the button on the left, it's no longer a button. It's a stationary piece of plastic, which definitely is interesting. I get why they probably have to do that, but it definitely is interesting because, again, if we were to compare it with the DX version, I think one thing I kind of forgot to like go over is that I think the like the outline that like this or the outline this will typically have like that. I don't think it's. I think it's not as okay. There it is. There it somewhat shows up here because I forgot to show that on the demos. But as you can see here, again, the biggest thing to point out the differences is just the track and the fact that you don't have a pressable button anymore, and such. Basically, kind of like what they did with the ride watches and progress keys and such, and the vice stamps. But let's move on to our actual new entries. Here we have Ultraman King. Because again, okay, there's his outline. Yeah, that's a really cool outline. King is purple, and he is number 25. As you can see on top of here, he's purple, and that's basically where you would have been able to press. And he is C068. So wow, yeah, he actually comes after the Arc cubes. And the bottoms are going to be all the same for them, and such. So this is a new build from the semi-DX ones and such. Here we have Leo, who introduces red to us. There's his outline and gem pattern. He's number 26. This one's kind of slanted. It's red up here too, where it would have been the speaker grills or the speaker placement button, pseudo button basically. And he is C071. Obviously, all of them have the LED panel or LED spot. And then following along, Leo obviously has Astra. Obviously, it makes sense to make them consistent because I don't think Blazar did that. And obviously, he is C072. Now we have our latter half of the set, which are our power-up cubes. We have Mebius Phoenix Brave. Yeah, obviously this is the form that shows up in the finale. I'm pretty sure it is Phoenix Brave, because Burning Brave was the previous one. He is number 28, and he is a nice yellow. Again, I feel like I have it wrong though, as the battery exhaust. Like I literally let the camera like rest, like to prevent it from overheating, and it was at like 46%, and it like died. But I also double checked. It is Phoenix Brave, because obviously the chest. This is C097. Because now the only Mebius form that comes up to me is Mebius Infinity. It's just because that one's the easiest one. And then there's Burning Brave, and then there's one in between. Burning Brave. Burning Brave is the one where he combines the Mebius brace with the Hikari brace. That's not what it's called. The Night brace. That's the form I keep forgetting what it's called. Anyways, here is G Galaxy Rising. Of course, they keep giving us this form. But the outline for this one's really cool, though. So that's neat. He's number 29. He's the same blue, light blue, as Arc. I can even compare. Then the track back here is C109. And obviously I have to state this, despite them having all of them having this cut out, they obviously do not have IR sensors. Obviously it makes sense to follow up Galaxy Rising with Zet Delta Rise Claw. Yeah, wow, look how complicated that outline is. Wow. And just like King, this one is purple, and he's number 30. And the track here is C114. last but not least, to conclude the power-ups, we have Glitter Trigger Eternity. Yeah, what a really neat outline. And just like Phoenix Brave, he is yellow, being number 31. And he has C115, so he actually does follow up after Zet Delta Rise Claw. So let's use these within the Arc stuff. Obviously, we're going to only use these once, so... because obviously I'm not going to do what you see in the demos. Obviously, you can't press it, so you just have to continue on like so. We're going to do the full transformation once. Because obviously all of them have the same standby. So there we get that exclusive phrase, just like how we got exclusive phrase with the Telvi manga version. So again, for this point, I'm just going to do the short transformations, or the short transitions with these ones. So that's not necessarily King's rise, but it's his arrival sound, basically. And that's going to be a commentary between all of these. Leo. Leo, they use the updated grunt, and he continues still being one of the shortest rise sounds. Astra. He has the same exact sound as King, because him and King do not have rise sounds. That's why I call them arrival sounds. Now to our power-ups with Mebius Phoenix Brave. We got the entire sequence there. Also, I just want to say, I kind of do prefer how much more... Because these ones are hollow, the light comes out better, shines better through these ones, as opposed to the DX ones, due to how much more filled out they are. But we got G Galaxy Rising. I don't know what happened. I'm pretty sure that's been the current G grunt they've been using, especially with the release of the Ultra Replica G Riser. It's actually nice hearing the what that toy's default G grunt was in a more clear audio, and then realize, wow, they really haven't used this one in a while. Zet Delta Rise Claw. Whoops. always such a delight to hear this one. Last but not least, Glitter Trigger Eternity. Yep. Again, some of these flash for like longer than they need to. Arc Eye Sword. I think I will do them all. I think it makes more sense. Why are you gonna die already? Sheesh. Shokugan version of Arc. I think this is the only one we play the standby though. Barely. Obviously, we get a new exclusive phrase when we use it in here, just like the Telvi Maga version. The rest of these, I'll just do instant press. The King Shot, is that what it's called? And obviously, all of these will do their respective colors. I think that's the Leo shot. Or shoot. That's definitely not the Leo kick. Astra. I forget what his finisher is. Burning Brave? No. Phoenix Brave. Sadly, they don't have a sound for his finisher, so they just use the generic sound, the generic finisher sound. Galaxy Rising. Of course, it's always the Galaxy Burst. They never do Wrecking Phoenix. Delta Rise Claw. That one's actually unique. That one, is that the Zetzium Korean? I don't. Diaripa? I don't remember the attack names for Delta Rise Claw, but Glitter Trigger Eternity. There we have the Glitter Zeparion Coulson. Obviously, I don't think I have to say this. I think I already did say it. All the LEDs are coordinated with the color of the cube. So, overall, my thoughts on Shokugan 1 of Arc Cubes. This is a really solid lineup, honestly. I really do like the mix of, you know, Showa, and then the one singular Heisei Ultra, and then New Generation. But, like I said before, I think the way I kind of categorize these, I think is a lot more digestible of just, here's your mainline Ultramen, here are your power-up Ultramen. Or here are these Ultramen powered up and such. And like, I think that's a really solid way of getting these out and such. I think the selections are pretty solid, especially with Leo, Astra, and King, because these three are from the same series. King debuted in Leo, so it makes sense. Obviously, you have to get your main core Arc Cube out in the lineup, but obviously what they carried over from Blazar of just making this one actually reasonable to get, even if it's just one exclusive phrase. It's better that it's different from this one. So, you know, these two are like indeed valid releases. And while I do think the Power Up Ultraman selection could be considered weak, honestly, I appreciate them for finally acknowledging Phoenix Brave. Yeah. Just because I feel like this form is super underutilized in terms of merchandise as the why? What? You're at so weird. But I just feel like Phoenix Brave is kind of underrated in terms of merchandise because the last time a Mebius form actually got anything, it was Mebius Infinity. And because they basically, since G'd, they changed the way you were able, like, in those fusion toys, they changed the way of how you're supposed to achieve Phoenix Brave, because now they require you to use Burning Brave and Hikari. Because I think with just Mebius and Hikari, that's whatever form that is. Because isn't the form he gains from Taro Burning Brave? Because he earns the Mebium Dynamite. So, like, I keep forgetting what the Mebius Brave is. It just called Mebius Brave? I don't know. But anyways, you know, we have Jeed and Zet together, obviously, because these two forms show up in the same show, and then like you have literature eternity for means in the next review. But I mean, I had to point this out too. I just like how cohesive this lineup is too, because like surprisingly, the colors for all of these are like consistent, because Arc and Jeed share the same color. King and Zet share the same color. Obviously, Leo and Astra share the same color, and then Mebius and Trigger share the same colors. Speaking of Trigger, Leo and Astra are obviously here to coincide with who's also in the next video and such. So again, like, this is just a really nice lineup overall and such. I got this entire set off of To Collectibles. They gave me the entire box, if I didn't show that off already. And I think it's in a set of 10, I assume, if I remember. Because I think I got an extra Arc and Leo. So, or I think I got an extra one of these two, so. The To Collectibles prices of these are really steep because, again, they make you pay for the full box instead of just the 8 cubes that are included. So I hope with the next set they're consistent about it and don't just give me the 8 and charge me the same price that they charged me this, because that would be not fair. Excuse me. I think you can find this set reasonably individually on any other site if you don't have a way, or you don't have any means on getting the entire set, or if you don't have a way of getting the entire set. Because I think picking these up individually is like $4 to like $6 a piece. So again, these are really like inexpensive and such. So if I had to say so, obviously if there's one that you should absolutely get, Mebius Burning Infinity. Mebius Phoenix Brave. He's definitely the highlight of the set. And one of the things, again, I like that this line is doing of just actually providing these obscure forms a spotlight and such. But yeah, I can't really talk more about this until the next review. So that would do this review. This is Ryder, and I'll leave people.